Hello everyone. In today's video we are going to discuss the poem Rain on the Roof, written by Coach Keeney. So Coach Keeney has written this poem Rain on the Roof, and it is in the syllabus of CBSE and NCERT for standard 9th. So I hope this will be important from the academic point of view as well. So here we go. First we will have a line by line, stanza wise reading of the poem, and while I read the poem there will be enjambments that we need to take care of. Now, people who are not sure what are enjambment is running off the syntax and the sense of the first line into the next line as well, so that the sense is complete and the syntax is complete only when the two lines or the several lines are read together. So here we go. Rain on the Roof by Coach Keeney. When the humid shadows hover over the starry spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. This is a poem, beautiful poem written by Coach Keeney. It talks about rain in general. The setting of the poem is evening time. Initially, the setting was late evening with the sky filled with stars. Gradually, the sky is covered with humid shadows, that is the clouds. The stars are covered with clouds. And then in the continuation of the setting, the poet says that when it starts raining, it seems as if the melancholy darkness or the sad darkness of the night itself is weeping. That's a personification. Okay, is weeping. And this, as the setting continues, we understand that the rain makes a pattering refrain. Pattering refrain means a repeated piece of music or song that every musical composition or song may contain. So refrain is a repeated rhythm or repeated music piece. So the poet says that he is able to hear the refrain of the shingles, refrain of the raindrops falling on the shingles, the rectangular tiles placed on the roof or covering the roof. While he listens to this refrain, the poet lies down on his bed and enjoys this beautiful music. So this is the setting of the poem. Now, let's get into the line by line description of the poem, as well as we will discuss the figures of speech, the poetic devices that are relevant for this poem. Okay? Rain on the Roof. First stanza. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. In this stanza, it is said that initially the sky was filled with stars, the starry spheres. Again, an alliteration here used. Starry spheres is an alliteration of the letter S. Initially, the starry spheres, the sky filled with stars, gradually gets covered with humid shadows which hover over the sky. Humid shadows is a metaphor used to denote the clouds which cover the sky. The melancholy darkness itself seems to weep. When it starts raining, the poet compares the darkness itself weeping as if it is a sad lady. Now, this is a personification in which the night itself is described to be weeping. Can a night weep, students? No, a night cannot weep. Only a person can weep, a person can cry. So the raindrops have been called rainy tears. That means it's a direct use of metaphor where the raindrops have been compared to tears. And these tears are of the melancholy darkness. Melancholy means sad darkness of the night. So simply speaking, in this poem, the poet describes the starry spheres of the skies getting covered gradually with humid shadows, clouds. And then gradually when it starts raining, the poet compares the raindrops to the rainy tears, a direct use of metaphor, the rainy tears of a sad lady. Here the melancholy darkness itself, again personification is used here. Okay. While the raindrops start falling on the ground, in the surrounding, the poet says, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. What a bliss to press the pillow. It will be a blessing, bliss, pleasure. What a bliss, what a pleasure to lie with the head pressed on the pillow, listening, lie listening. Again, alliteration to the raindrops overhead. Now, are the raindrops falling on the poet's head? No, the raindrops are falling on the roof, not on the head, because the poet lies on his or her chamber bed, cottage chamber bed. Let's move on to the next stanza. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. The second stanza uses onomatopoeia, that is audio imagery, to describe the sound created by the raindrops falling on the shingles, the tiles placed on the roof of the cottage chamber. Right? The poet uses the word tinkle, which resembles the sound of tin 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 when the raindrops fall on the shingles. So this is direct use of onomatopoeia. Again, another use of onomatopoeia is patter. When the raindrops fall, there is a patting sound that is created. Again, the word is patter. The sound it resembles is the patting sound or the tapping sound of the raindrops falling on the shingles, falling on the roof. Okay, the word is onomatopoeia. That's a figure of speech. Onomatopoeia is when we use sounds in English to be described by actual words. Or you may say, when we try to imitate the actual sound in the form of words like patter, tinkle, sizzle. These are all onomatopoeia. Okay, the poet says that every tinkle on the shingle has an echo in his heart. There is an echo, there is a reflection, or there is a resounding in his heart for every tinkle that he is able to hear or she is able to hear. 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. Every raindrop that he is able to hear, that the poet is able to hear, brings a lot of dreaming fantasies, a lot of thoughts. 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. There is use of alliteration in the word busy being start. Alliteration of the letter B. The poet says that the raindrops initiate a train of thoughts, a train of various thoughts into his mind. Now look at the word 1,000 recollections, 1,000 dreamy fantasies. Can the poet count the exact number of dreamy fantasies, dreamy imaginations running in his mind? Can he count the exact number of fantasies or the exact number of thoughts in his mind or her mind? The answer is no. But still he says 1,000 to mean many, numerous, uncountable. So this is again a figure of speech used known as hyperbole. 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 When we use exaggerated numbers to denote something of great quantity, that is called hyperbole. That means expressing in greater terms. Okay, hyperbole. The poet says that every raindrop that falls and creates a tinkle has an echo in his heart, and there is a train of thoughts and 1,000 dreamy fancies that initiate in his heart, and 1,000 recollections, 1,000 memories weave their air thread into woof. Now, memories of the past, which intermingle with each other, right? They intermingle with each other. They mix with each other. They weave with each other to form a soft woof. Woof is a soft cloth that is supposed to comfort you, keep you warm. Something like a muffler. In India, you must have heard of this term, muffler, that's used to wrap around the neck. Wrap around the neck. Okay, another word, wrap around. That's a garment that ladies wear around or wrap around their shoulders to keep themselves warm. So woof is a soft cloth. The poet says that the 1,000 memories, that the 1,000 recollections that come into mind intermingle with each other, interweave with each other to create a very comfortable memory or a comfortable woof, comfortable cloth that keeps him warm and pleasant. Now, look at the word air threads into woofs. I'll repeat this line and see if we can catch the poetic device here. And 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. Now these 1,000 recollections, these numerous, again hyperbole, 1,000 is hyperbole, you cannot count. The 1,000 recollections, the numerous recollections, memories, they interweave their air threads into woof. Again, the air threads, light threads, the memories have been compared to light threads. They have been called air threads, light threads, soft threads that interweave into a woof. So the environment or a state, the thousand recollections or the numerous memories that create in his mind is compared to a woof. This is a direct use of metaphor here. When we call something directly something else, the memories, the mixture of memories have been called a woof, a comforter, directly. So this is a metaphor. Another usage of metaphor is the usage of the word air threads. The word air threads have been used for the memories. Each memory has been compared to a thread that interweave with each other and create a comfortable memory or a comfortable state of mind. As I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Patter, again, onomatopoeia. As he listens, as the poet listens. So in simple terms, the second stanza says that the poet, when it listens to the tinkling sound of the raindrops falling on the shingles, it has an echo. Every raindrop has an echo in his heart. And 1,000 fancies, 1,000 thoughts, innumerable, uncountable thoughts start in his mind, start in his heart, initiate in his heart. And the uncountable memories that come with the rain, they intermingle, they interweave with each other to create a very comfortable environment in his mind, or very comfortable state of mind, which he pleasantly enjoys as he listens to the patter of the raindrops falling on the roof. I hope it is clear. We'll move on to the last stanza, the third stanza. Students, if you are in doubt, you may repeat the video one more time. No issues, 2-3 times, whenever you want. Okay, we'll move on to the next stanza. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Okay, there are some difficult words which I would like to explain first. The first word I have already explained is refrain. That is repeated music in a piece of song or a poem. That's a refrain. Okay. E-R-E, means before. Means before. B-E-F-O-R-E, before. Okay, another word, list. That's not the list you create when you go to the market. That's not the list. Here, list means listen. L-I-S-T-E-N, listen. L-I-S-T-E-N, listen or list. As I list to the refrain. As I listen to the refrain. Refrain, I told you. Shingles, I told you before. These are rectangular tiles placed on the roof in sequence. Right? That's a refrain. Okay. Let's continue. Let's understand this stanza one more time. Now in memory comes my mother. So the raindrops, the rain brings memories of his mother when the poet was small. That time's memory come to his mind. As she used in years agone, in years past, when the poet was a little child, he remembers that his mother used to come at night and make the darling dreamers here means the children, her beloved children, that means poet and his or her siblings, his brothers and sisters. The mother used to come and make the children sleep and greet them, maybe kiss them, maybe sing them a lullaby, a lori. In Hindi we call them lori, lullaby in English. So maybe the mother used to come and make them fall asleep, make them comfortable in their beds, and she used to come only after the dawn. It says, to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. Before she left them for the night, she used to come and greet them, make them comfortable, make sure that everything was okay with them, as we remember our mothers. So here the poet is a bit nostalgic. Nostalgia is a term used for the mixed feeling of happiness or sorrow when we remember our past good old days. Good old days, when we remember those. This is called nostalgia, when we feel sad as well as pleasure remembering our old times. So the poet remembers his mother or her mother, and he or she remembers, the poet remembers that the mother used to come and regard the darling dreamers. Regard the darling dreamers means regard the children, greet the children, bid them good night, kiss them good night. And she would come only at dawn, at daybreak, in the morning. Oh, I feel her fond look on me. Oh, I feel her loving. Fond means loving look on me. As I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Okay. As the music continues, the poet says that he can feel or she can feel the fond, loving look of the mother on his face. Look on me, on his or her face. The poet says that he remembers, he feels or she feels as if the mother looks at him or her lovingly. This feeling comes with the raindrops falling and the music, which is so beautiful, so repetitive but still attractive, so pleasant, so soothing. SOOTHING. Soothing means comforting, that the poet enjoys listening to the raindrops falling on the shingles, but it brings nostalgic feeling, it brings the memories of his mother as well as 1,000 other memories as well. Students, I hope you enjoyed the explanation. Every stanza is a single sentence. That means first stanza is one sentence, second stanza is one sentence, and the third stanza